introduction. Thank you to our amazing faculty and staff who guided our senior class, not just to make sure that we graduated, but to make sure that we are truly ready for whatever it is that comes next. Seniors, class of 2014. We have so many great memories together. Y'all are awesome. I'm going to miss you so much. And we have such a talented class that I am really honored to represent you here as your speaker. Lastly, I have to give a shout out to my family. Make some noise out there. My family, my wonderful girlfriend, traveled all the way from Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, and California to be here with me today. And I love you all. I could never be on this stage without your support, and I really am blessed to have you in my life. Let's get started. Thank you. So I want to begin with the story of my first day on campus freshman year. It was about 4 years ago when my parents dropped me off outside West Hall. It's that building over there that looks kind of like a prison inside. So my cell or dorm was on the second floor, and I had just one box left to bring up to my room. So I carried it up to my room, set it down, and then decided I want to go see the campus. So I walk over to my door, and I go to open it, and my door won't open. I put my foot up on the wall, I'm pulling as hard as I could, and my door won't open. First 2 minutes at college, and I am locked inside my dorm room. I yell down the hallway for help, and nobody's there. Somehow, a piece of metal bent inside the lock, and I was trapped in my dorm room. So I sat there, and it was really quiet. And then I did something that I hadn't done in a long time. I did a reflection. I thought about who I was, where I was going, what my feelings were about this new adventure at Greensboro College. Eventually, some of my football teammates bulldozed the door down for me, and I got out, but not before I learned a lot about myself, and not before I had set goals for the next 4 years. I think about that day a lot because I learned a very valuable lesson. I discovered the power of reflection. Reflection is such this incredible process of opening yourself up to yourself. If it's done the right way, it can make you a better person, a happier person. But it can also be scary. Reflection can make you cry, experience fear. But those moments you have where you dwell on memories that make you smile, and those moments you have just peace, they make it all worth it. Every day we are experiencing so much. We are learning more than just in the classroom and by reading books. And life happens so fast if you don't take time to just sit back and absorb everything, to just think in silence, free of all distractions, then we could miss those very valuable lessons that are essential to our growth. So these past few weeks, I've been reflecting a lot on our senior class and our 4 years at Greensboro College. And I have a few reflections that I'd like to share with you. Let's start with freshman year. Freshman year, in the first few weeks, we quickly learned that all those home-cooked meals we used to have were a blessing. Do you guys remember when we would go into the caf and order a burger, and they would reach into this pot of water and then shake it out and plop it on your plate? Or that spaghetti sauce that I'm pretty sure was 90% ketchup. That experience was good for us, and here's why. We learned to be fortunate for what we had at the time, but we also discovered that if we don't like something on campus, we can change it. And we rallied together, and we did. Throughout freshman year, we were learning another lesson. You have to learn how to forgive, but especially your roommates. I remember this one time my roommate asked me to give him a haircut, and I forgot to put a guard on the barber kit, so shaved his head clean. Even though the entire lacrosse team made fun of him for a week, thankfully we're still friends to this day. That was just the last time I gave him a haircut. You know, we learned that holding grudges just keeps us from moving forward in life. And we were called to forgive so often that we discovered that forgiveness is not just a single act. It's an attitude that we need to have every day toward others. Sophomore year. That was the year we started taking tougher classes, major classes. Coincidentally, that was also the same year that a new smartphone app came out every 5 seconds. The year Netflix got really popular. And every day on campus, someone would come up to you and say, "Have you seen this new TV show yet? It is literally the best show ever." We had to learn to deal with a lot of distractions. But we learned that if you learn how to manage your distractions, instead of letting the distractions manage you, you can actually use them to your benefit. At the end of sophomore year, we started what I hope to be a tradition at this college. Relay for Life. What an awesome tradition to be a part of. We learned right away that there are so many people on this campus who are directly affected by cancer. It showed us that every person you meet could be fighting a battle that you don't know about. So be kind to everybody. And those people who did share their story on campus, the wisdom they gave us was incredible. We learned that you don't need a life-threatening illness to start weeding out all of the poisonous people and things in your life. And you don't need a life-threatening illness to start living every day like it could be your last. Junior year. That was the year we started applying for internships, looking for jobs. We talked to so many people, we researched online, and many of us got really, really nervous. It was a frustrating process because we couldn't control where the job openings were, and we could only do so much to prove that we were that perfect candidate. We learned lessons about opportunity and fortune. We discovered that opportunities are everywhere, and the secret to success is to make sure that we are always ready, because you just never know when that opportunity of a lifetime is going to come for you. Senior year, we learned so many lessons, but there is one, above all, that we have to take away from this school. You see, Greensboro College taught us what life is all about. It taught us that to be happy, you don't need a lot of money and big fancy houses and buildings. What you need to be happy is the people surrounding you. It's about that professor who taught 24 credit hours but still made time to see students in his office just to talk about life. It's about that calf worker that you could depend on every day to make you smile even when you were having a bad day. It's about every single person who fought as hard as they could to make sure that this college stayed alive. And it's about those friends that you made that you just know are going to be friends for life. So take some time to reflect on all those experiences that you've had with people who've had such a positive impact on your life. And remember, you don't need to go searching for happiness, because happiness can be found with the people sitting all around you.